And grab your mat and we will get started. We're going to begin lying on the back when you're ready. So come to lie on your back. We'll start with the feet on the floor and the knees towards the ceiling. We'll work with a little bit of diaphragmatic breathing to slow down the nervous system. Let's take one hand to the chest and one hand to the belly. And bringing all of your attention to your lower hand, the one on your belly, and see if you can allow the breath to flow in and out from the belly. So as you inhale, belly rises. And as you exhale, belly deflates. Inhale, belly rises, and exhale, belly deflates. And seeing if it's possible for you to slow down the breath. So when we're dealing with anxiety and panic, the breath becomes short and it happens up in our chest. So we're bringing it down into the belly and we're slowing it down, which tells our body that it's okay to rest. So maybe seeing if you can do about 4 seconds on the inhale, and maybe 6 to 8 seconds on your exhale. Take 3 more deep breaths. Beautiful. You can begin to release your arms by your sides. Let's take a big breath in here. As you exhale, begin to turn your right cheek towards the floor, so sending your gaze over to the right. Inhale, come back up through center, and exhale, send your gaze over to the left. Good. Inhale to center. Exhale to the right. Inhale, center. And exhale to the left. Let's take one more time on each side with your breath. Seeing how the neck is feeling today, if there's any tension. Good. Let's start to draw the knees in towards the chest one by one and maybe rock a little bit side to side, releasing the lower back. Then we'll come back to feet on the floor, knees towards the ceiling. Let's take our hands, palms face down by our sides. I'm going to work with some bridge poses here to really ground and bring us into the present moment. So we're going to inhale, start to lift your hips off the floor, any amount, up towards the sky. And then exhale, roll through the spine, come all the way back down. Belly is active. We'll inhale, press into the feet, lift your hips up. And then exhale to lower. This time we'll inhale to lift the hips, and if you'd like, reach your right arm up and overhead. Maybe the back of the hand touches the floor behind you. And then exhale, hips and right arm lower down. Inhale, hips and left arm reaching up and over the head. And exhale to lower the hips, lower the left arm. Inhale, hips and right arm. Exhale, lower. Try to get it at the same time if you can. Inhale, left arm. And exhale to lower. Now, lifting your hips, maybe both arms lift up and over the head. Exhale to lower. Inhale, hips and both arms. Exhale. Inhale to lift the hips and the arms, and we're going to stay and hold and breathe. So really feeling the legs, feeling the glutes, opening across the chest. Take an inhale. And then exhale to lower back down, hips and arms. Draw the knees in towards the chest. Maybe rock a little bit to release that work that we did. Nice. And then one last time, we'll place the feet on the floor. Working with a hip opener, so we'll draw the right knee in towards the chest. And we're going to take the right ankle over your left thigh. Then you open your right knee, making it like a number 4. You can keep your left foot on the floor, or if you'd like, pick up your left foot and interlace your fingers behind the left thigh. So making a figure 4, stretching through the right hip. See if you can keep your long, deep, steady breaths flowing in and out. Okay, let's gently place the left foot back on the floor. Place your right foot down. Big breath in. Full breath out. We'll pick up the left foot. Place the left ankle on the right thigh, opening the knee. And then you might pick up your right foot and interlace the fingers behind your right thigh. Taking some deep breaths, explore the sensation in your hips, in the back, wherever you feel sensation. Breathing into it, allowing it, and exploring it with curiosity. This is practice for exploring our anxious sensations with curiosity. Let's place the right foot down, the left foot down. Big breath in. Full deep breath out. Let go. Start to roll over onto one side. We'll make our way up to a seated position. So press into your top hand. And we'll rise our way up to a nice comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you. You might be cross-legged or anything else that feels comfortable. Good. We're going to take an inhale, reaching your arms up towards the sky. Let's exhale to drop the right fingertips, reach up and over, take a side bend. Inhale back to center. Exhale, drop your left fingertips, take a side bend. Inhale, center. And exhale, side bend. So getting into the sides of the body, in between the ribs. Oftentimes these muscles around the lungs and the heart can get really tight when we're dealing with anxiety. So just breathing through, opening. Let's do one more. So up and over with the left fingertips down. Inhale up through center. And exhale, release your hands. And make our way onto hands and knees, so a tabletop position. And if your knees are sensitive, grab a blanket or some extra padding underneath the knees. We'll be here for a little bit. So hands under shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll take an inhale to drop the belly and arch the spine. Exhale, round the spine and tuck the chin. So cat and cow. Inhale, belly drops, heart opens. Exhale, round the spine and tuck your chin. Keep flowing with your breath. Find this nice moving meditation, the link of breath and movement. Good. Let's come back to our neutral spine. So somewhere in between those two movements. Extend your right leg back. We're going to draw that right leg in line with your right hip. So we'll lift it off the floor, keeping your hips square. Squeeze the belly in, find that core activation, and then you might choose to reach your left arm forward. So left arm forward, right leg back. Take an inhale. As we exhale, we're going to drop the fingertips and the toes to tap the floor. Inhale to lift back up. Exhale to tap. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tap. Let's do two more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lift up, and then exhale, drop your left hand, drop your right knee, and we'll press back to child's pose. So you might widen your knees, press your hips back, lengthen through the spine, and take some deep, full breaths. Slow down the breath. Let's inhale to come back up onto hands and knees. This time we're going to extend our left leg back, and we'll bring it in line with the left hip. So we'll lift it off of the floor, square the hips down, and once you find that core activation, that stability, you might choose to reach your right arm forward by the right ear. Let's take an inhale, and exhale. We'll drop the fingers and the toes to tap. Inhale, lift back up. Exhale, tap. Inhale. Exhale, stable through the midline. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lift, and then exhale, plant the right hand, the left knee, and we'll press back to our child's pose. Find your breath and slow it down. We're going to inhale to come back to our tabletop, then we'll tuck our toes and find downward facing dog. If that doesn't feel good for you, stay in your tabletop. So downward dog is an inverted V shape. We'll just start to bend one knee, bend the other knee, noticing how the backs of the legs feel today, if there's any tightness. This might feel like a yummy stretch through the calves. Good. Start to bend the knees, look in between the hands, and take a gentle stroll with the feet towards the backs of the hands. So a forward fold, you can bend your knees as much as you need to so that you can release the head and the neck and the arms and the hands. Taking some deep, full breaths. Forward folds are really soothing to the nervous system. Plant the palms and step our feet back, downward facing dog where we just were. Finding your downward dog for a breath. And beginning to lower down to the knees. We're going to swing the legs around so we can come into a seated position, and then we'll make our way down onto the back. So just like we started the practice, we'll come down to lie on the back. Feet on the floor with the knees towards the ceiling. Coming back into our diaphragmatic breathing. So we'll take one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly. So again, breathing from the belly, from the lower hand, letting it rise and fall, and then slowing down the breath. Let's take an inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can continue to count on your own, helping to focus the mind by adding a count and really feeling where the breath is in the body. What does it feel like to breathe? The breath is always in the present moment, so at any time when we find ourselves often worry, often panic, we have the choice to come back to the breath. And that's not always easy, I know, but we practice. We practice so that it becomes easier and easier to remember the breath, to remember the present moment, to remember that we have the power to slow down our nervous systems. We have the power to break out of panic. We don't have to let the panic attack control us. We can take back all of the control because we are in control of our inner peace. Let's take a breath here. When you're ready, roll onto one side. We'll press ourselves up to a seated position. Let's bring the hands, palms to touch at the heart. Thank you so much for sharing your practice with me. May you be happy, healthy, safe, free, and loved. Namaste.